What's up, Dragon Brood? So today is a fun day. We get to open up some Ikoria boosters. As many of you know, Ikoria released overseas, or I guess in the APAC region, a month ago, but we just got it here in North America for sure. And I went to my local store, and actually I want to tell you about like the process right now, since we're kind of in this new weird pandemic shopping setup while we're in the early phases of reopening business. I actually worked with my store to set up their online pre-order stuff. So props to Phantasium cards and comics in Federal Way, Washington. So if you want to check them out and you're in the South Sound area of the Seattle area, go check it out. But got my order, got it done, pulled up the next day in the parking lot. I called them from the lot and they brought a box out, or a bag actually, that had my name on it. Set it out on a table outside the door. There was a checklist of things on their window. Checked to make sure all that was in your bag and everything. And once we were good, the person on the other side of the glass gave the thumbs up. I gave the thumbs up, and then I brought my box home. So it was pretty cool. And then I set up my box for like 4 days until I got on stream to open it. So that was kind of an interesting experience. But I figured everybody here on the YouTube channel would want to see it. So I edited it, brought it over for you. So let's open some cards. Yeah, and for those who don't know, you get a free, I don't know if that show up on camera here. You get the Godzilla card. So that was kind of cool. That's just a freebie that they give us. So that's kind of awesome. And this one was in pretty good condition. I heard some people's were beat up or something, but the one I got looks pretty good. I didn't have a problem with it. So pretty excited just to have that. I don't know when I'm going to play it, but it's cool. I mean, I don't know. It's arguable that maybe if I had a version of something that could play it even in standard, it keeps you from losing your creatures to the deal 3 damage thing, so that's kind of funny. Did I ever hear back from those UT shops about the interviews? Nope, and I'm not pushing the issue. My thing is, I put it out there, I do one follow-up. If they don't get back to me, then there's not a lot I could do, you know. Oh no, yeah, Direwire, that's one thing. But they also had some people who got those handed to them that were damaged. I saw that on one of the retailer boards. I don't know how unplayable it is yet. Literal God. I don't know. It's possible if you're playing one of those trample-based decks or something, it could do something, but I don't know. Yeah, they only get a set number of them. So that is unfortunate. That is a thing. But yeah, let me crack into this box here. Because I haven't opened a box in a little while, so this is kind of fun. If I can get into it. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, I don't know what the decks are going to look like post-rotation. Like, that's so far away. And we still have core set to come out between now and then. Oh, look at that. My box topper is perfectly flat. Sitting right in there like a little booster. Like a little boosty. You know, I don't even know how I feel about this. Like, should we just open it? Because I don't really know. Like, they seem like cool cards and valuable things in here, so I might as well open it. Let's save that for last. We'll open that at the end. That seems like the most fun. Ooh, these are actually really nice. I don't know how to describe this to everybody, but these don't feel like... They've definitely changed how they're packaging the boosters, because... Oh, these must have been the same ones done in the Japanese facility, because the cards are packed backwards. Yeah. Okay, that makes a difference. That's part of the reason why. Yeah, so if those of you who don't know, there's multiple facilities around the world where Magic cards are printed. All over the world. And there's, for some reason, and I don't know why, I never found this out even when I was there, that the cards printed in the Japanese facility, for whatever reason, they print them backwards in the booster. So your tokens and rares and stuff are on top versus being on the bottom. And their packaging's a little bit different. It's a little bit I don't know, thinner, I guess is the word, around the edges. It doesn't come loose or anything. It's not like that's a danger. Like, it just, you can tell the difference when you pick up the packs and just feel them. They do have a distinct feel to them that's definitely different. Let her open some of my box. I was confused while we're... Yeah, that's definitely a thing. If you're not used to it, and you can usually tell after you open the first pack, because that was the same thing. As soon as I opened it, and I was like, oh, well, I see where they were printed. And it's weird, because you can get 2 different runs. You know, maybe you get 2 boxes from your same store, and one's a Japanese box, one's a non-Japanese box. And one thing I think people don't know is there are English cards printed over there, because you do have countries like the Philippines that speak mainly English, and they get because it doesn't make sense to have like cards printed, say, in the US or in Belgium or whatever, and then ship them to the Philippines, right? Like, it makes more sense to just have your Asian facility ship them, and then they just go to the Philippines, right? That just makes the most sense. So anyway, that's how that happens. So little inside baseball stuff there. We did get a Bonders Enclave, which I'm probably going to be playing this a bit more, actually. I considered today putting one into my Gruul list, actually, because there's times you have like a Questing Beast or a Ceratops or even just a 4/4 Spellbreaker that you have to put down just because it's at that stage of the game, and being able to get an extra card late in the game would be pretty good. So I'm considering that. I did put it in several of my Mutate lists, obviously because you have like Sterix and other things. But yeah, thinking about this card, it's actually probably going to be pretty good. I don't think there's anything else here I need, so I'm going to start a little stack there for the rares. Have any of y'all got to open any Ikoria yet? I got this on Friday, and I saved it just for y'all. Like, I let it sit here and stare me in the face every day, and I didn't open it. Just so y'all could get some action on here. Oh, I'm bumping the camera. Oh, that is a gross effect. I am sorry, y'all. That looked so weird. Alright. Oh no, Unpredictable Cyclone. I probably won't play. The problem with a card like Unpredictable Cyclone is that the card is actually largely fine. The issue, though, is that you really only get to play it in one type of deck. And it's not even a, like, just cycling decks. It has to be a particular type of cycling deck to take advantage of it. Or at least it feels that way. I do like that cat token. Yorion. And that's... See, in the Yorion, I don't even know. Like, could be crazy expensive for the short term. Or could eventually just become crap if they do something to... companions. Alright. Didn't even get a token this time. I just got the thing. Okay, so here's another thing. I like to share lessons and explain things to people, because there's so much stuff, I think, in Magic or in the world that people just don't know. And I know I don't know everything, but where I can, I like to share stuff. So people have asked me before why they include these with stuff on both sides that looks effectively the same. But what I had to explain to them is that they're actually not the same. They're because in Europe and in the US, there's different requirements for age restrictions on games. And legally, they have to include this within so many boosters to increase the odds of somebody potentially getting one, to tell them what age range the game's rated for. So if you notice on this one, it's a European one, as it has the 12 down the bottom, says Europe above it. Also has www.pegi.info, which is their thing. It shows you that there's in-game purchases and whatnot, explaining Arena, so if you decide to buy it. And then the other side, US and Canada, uses a different rating system. So there's rated T for teen, and then has blood and gore, blah, blah, blah. Also in-game purchases. So if you're ever wondering why this comes double-sided and has that little bit at the bottom, that's why. It's legal stuff. And I'm sure that was terribly boring. Sorry. Just one of those things, like I said, I like to share that information where I can, whereas where people may have an insight on something that they didn't know otherwise. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't realize this. The commons with the alternate arts are not placed in a particular spot. So check that out. Got a Cloud Piercer with the cool comic art. So I need to go back through these real quick. There's a Zenith Flare. I'm going to be hating that card after a while, I'm sure. And make sure I did not miss one. Oh, Dire Tactics. I'm going to need some of those. Okay, so that's the first one we came across. So that was one in 4 packs. All right, let me check this other one real quick. Nope. All right, so far they've been one every 4 packs, so we'll keep an eye out for those. Hey, Zazzy, how's it going? That's one of the things, you know, one of the things I promote both here and on my YouTube channel is that, you know, I have the fortunate history of being in the game industry 20 years, largely with tabletop games and Magic and whatnot. And I've gotten to see a lot of things, work a lot of places. So where I can, I like to share that stuff that people may not otherwise know. Because it's at least a thing. Ah, that's a boring foil. Oh, and Nithoroi, Apex of Death, though. That's cool. I like that. But like I said, there's some things that I feel like I get to share and can talk about. Ooh, a cool Great Horn. Awesome. That I don't think other people would be able to or would know about. So it's pretty cool to be in that situation to be able to talk about that stuff. So it's pretty awesome. And I like to talk and share stories, so it doesn't hurt. I wish this camera would stay focused a little bit easier. All right, I'm going to make a mess over here, as I always do. Whenever I do box openings, the cool part is y'all don't get to see off camera that I'm literally just making a pile of stuff over here as I open the boosters. And then after I'm done with the stream, I pick them all up and go throw them in the trash. All right, Rugged Highlands into a Ruinous Ultimatum. I have not played the Ultimatums in any deck yet, and I really need to. I also like that General's Enforcer. Big fan of that card, for sure. All right, so we've gone 7 packs and got 2 of the alternate art cards. I don't know, I'm kind of digging those. I don't know if I like those or the Godzilla cards more. That's actually kind of sweet. Random Funny Beast token. And, well, I can't be too upset at Shark Typhoon. Oh, a Huntmaster Liger. Right there in the middle of the pack. That's cool. Because truthfully, I think a lot of people are going to play Shark Typhoon just because it's such a good cycling card. And, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you get a creature that you don't ever have to cast, which is kind of a cheaty sort of way to get a creature, but it does matter in a lot of matchups, so I expect that card's going to get played quite a bit. All right, let's get to opening the rest of these. Song of Creation. You know what's funny? And this is kind of a good example of how, like, things can get taken out of proportion. Is early on in a set release, so many people were worried about Song of Creation because it was like, oh, you can draw so many cards and so many things you can combo with. And I would say probably like a third of the people I saw playing Constructed had at least one deck with Song of Creation during the early access event. So I don't blame them. It looked like, but it hasn't done anything. Like, I even built one and I had on right on the YouTube channel 2 weeks ago. And it was fine. The deck played. It was fun, but like it wasn't particularly special. But it's one of those things, you know, we look at stuff and it's easy. Again, like, remember how we thought like Garuda was crazy and whatever, and then like turns out like, no, Yorian's the one we really don't like. Like, so it's funny when people say like, how did Withers not know? And blah, 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 but like literally millions of us saw these cards and we predicted wrong for a while, you know? Let's see. Zazzy says, I was watching a PS4, so it's hard to type, but secret knowledge is always cool. Okay, awesome. Well, I will keep sharing those stories. That's not a cool foil. Though I do like General Kudrow. I'm a big fan of that card. Big fan. Let's see if we get any more special art cards in here. You know, I have to admit, I kind of like that the special art cards are in the pack because it makes me go through every card. I can't just like look and be okay with like, oh, okay, I'll just take the foil and the rare out. Boom, done. Like, nope. You might miss something important down in there. I'm assuming if you get an alternate one in the rare slot, it's just your rare for the pack. Well, speaking of, that is a cool one to get, though. That is the Temur Triome, the Ketria Triome. That is cool. And what I like about each of these pieces of artwork on the Triomes is you can tell the artists were instructed to like try to get the colors of the land that it produces into the artwork. So that's very neat. That is a cool one. I'm glad I opened that. And it's one I'll probably play with at some point too. So far, oh, I was about to say that you only get one per pack, but here's another one. The Dreamtail Heron. Mutate, flying. Whenever this creature mutates, draw a card. Kind of cool. I don't know. I haven't put it in any of my mutate lists yet, so I don't know if the card's any good for mutate lists. But very cool art. This is like a cool subset that I wouldn't mind collecting, really, and getting all of them. Let's see. Did you had 3 alt cards in a single pack? Oh, that's cool. The rare Phoenix, the uncommon, and uncommon. Okay, so it definitely can happen that way. Yeah, these are cool because, you know, it gives you a way to mark all the different possible counters that you might put in the set. So I'm going to hold on to one of these, I think, and I'll probably keep it with whatever tournament decks I haul around just to have a cool way to keep track of those. And I know some people are really upset by that, whatever, but it's actually not that big a deal, truthfully, especially with these. It's kind of how when what was it? The Amonkhet came out, right? Like where we had brick tokens and +1/+1s and whatever, and you wanted to mark stuff that had already used its ability, and just like you kind of got used to it pretty fast. It really wasn't that big a deal. And truthfully, most decks, minus any deck playing like the Mecha Godzilla or whatever it is, really, or I guess I should say the giant, whatever, is really that you aren't going to normally have more than 2 or 3 different counters in a deck anyway, barring that one card. So it's really not that big a deal, I don't think. Mythos of Bracos. Hadn't played that yet either. But I think that's one of those things. Again, I think everybody wanted to jump to conclusions and say like, this is so awful and this is the worst thing ever. But it's literally like one card in the set that causes any real problems. And it's been fine, really. You know? I can't see there. I think, as it turns out, that card hasn't been super anyway. I've only even found 1 or 2 decks I want to put it in. So, I don't know. All right. Human Soldier. Craig. Man, I have not opened any good foils yet. Hey, Cub Warden. All right, I do have that in a couple of mutate decks, so I don't mind that at all. Essence Symbiote. Yeah, the other thing, too, I will say about the cards that come out of the Japanese facility is they do tend to look, what's the right word? Sometimes you can get some pieces of art that look a little bit oversaturated, I guess. So that's one thing you have to kind of look at on your cards. Oh, speaking of, I should have things set up here. Oh, wow, what the what? How did we miss that? I literally just picked up a stack because I was organizing my pile and I saw something shiny. And there was a Karuga down there and a Garuda. I don't know how we missed that. Weird. Okay. Alright. Well, that's a thing. That's a good mistake to find. But yeah, I should have stuff pretty quick so I can start piecing together the list or the video about the counterfeits and stuff. I want to get that up. And then I also ordered some bootleg gaming things from Wish. So I'm going to do a fun video just to see if like these dice bags and other things or whatever are of any quality that you can order from Wish super cheap. So I think that'll be a fun video too. So I have some fun content coming up. I'll also be doing a video about CardSphere, the new sponsor, by the way, and something else. I have so many things. Speaking of, Before I go any further, let me add this because I'm using a different screen than I normally would, and I want to make sure I am treating my sponsors right. So look at this. There we go. Boom. We have the Cards Fair logo on screen with me. There we go. All right, back to business. Whirlwind of Thought. I've seen a couple people trying this in some lists recently. You know, I have to admit, Weaponize the Monsters is probably a card I'm not playing enough. And maybe we should try playing that in a couple of lists. For a couple of reasons. One, anytime your opponent goes to steal something, whether it's a sacrifice stack or it's Agent of Treachery or whatever, this card's a good answer for that. It also gives you another way to shoot down a Planeswalker. Say if Teferi goes to bounce something, you can still shoot it. If you don't have any haste creatures in hand, it just does a few different things. And it's a way to finish your opponent off. Like, it's just more damage. So maybe we should consider playing that a little more. It's on my list of things that I kind of make this mental list and sometimes an actual written list of cards I want to play with out of the set or decks I want to work on. So that one's one that's always around for me. Also interesting that these are significantly thinner than the token card you would get there. Oh yeah, so here's another thing y'all may not know. Oh, sorry, I keep bumping that. I gotta stop. So these cards are actually made on a different sheet than a normal Magic card. So they're not the same thickness and everything else. And a normal booster. I do think, however, in the ones that come from the Japanese facility, they are of similar thickness. So it's kind of a weird thing. Like your tokens and stuff from the non-Japanese facilities actually feel a little different because they're produced on a different card stock than a regular Magic card. Partly because Magic cards have to go back and forth, and it's a multi-part process, so them getting lacquered and everything else. MTG ASMR says it's probably great in Obosh Sacrifice. Yeah, for sure. It can definitely fit in those lists, no doubt. Talking about the Weaponize the Monsters. Oh, there we go. Extinction Event and a Foil Plains. So that's not a bad pack. Nothing else real good in there, though. Alright. Making our way through this second row of cards. And another ultimatum that I haven't played yet. Ram throughs, I'm probably going to need a couple of those. That card's actually been pretty good for us, especially in the mono green list. Big fan. For sure. Let's see what we got here. Alright. We have Human Soldier, Greater Sam. We have gotten no good foils. Let's hopefully hit one before this box is done. Oh, Voracious Great Shark. Though, you know, we had this weird thought the other day. So one of the pros on Twitter had started asking what cards would we ban in Standard to open up the format more, right? I think my suggestions were Teferi, Fires of Invention. What else did I mention on there? Probably a couple of things. What else? Because there was like 4 cards I think I had on my list. And I got to thinking... Oh, Agent of Treachery, for sure. I think that was it. Teferi, Fires, Agent of Treachery. And then if you wanted to preemptively ban something, probably Growth Spirals, so the Simic decks don't get out of control now that the other cards are gone. But one of the things I started thinking about is how good would the Simic or the Flash decks be if Teferi wasn't around? Like, would they just dominate everything? Or like the all instance deck or whatever? Like, I have no idea. I mean, it's possible, but Gigantha, didn't need you. This is so nice to be like opening paper Magic. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is fun to be back on this grind. Dinosaur Token, and Offspring's Revenge. I have thought and formulated so many lists with that card. Ooh, that's a cool Boneyard Lurker. Nightmare Beast. That is pretty creepy, but neato. I dig it. See if I can get it in focus there. But like, it's a cool one. Yeah. Oops, I actually just hit the camera outright that time. But yeah, it's a lot of interesting things. I've tried building a deck with that Offspring Revenge, but I just can't find anything I like. I mean, and I'm playing a lot of different experimental decks on the channel, on the YouTube channel, obviously. But okay, Hunted Nightmare, finally, that's a decent foil. Oh, and a Gem Razor. All right, now we're talking. Now the cards are coming. Now it wants to provide. Vulpikeet. Oh, that Vulpikeet art is not great. Kind of reminds me of like the early 80s comic book style, which isn't great. But I think the problem is like the actual art for Vulpikeet is so good, where it's like the fox with like the tiger stripes and a weird tail and the wings. Yeah, that's the first one that I think I've opened that I didn't really enjoy. Which is okay. I mean, they can't that art is very much a preference thing, so I get that. There's probably somebody who's watching this right now or will watch it and just thinking like, how do you not love that? That throwback art is awesome. And, you know, they're right. It's probably awesome to somebody. And not to insult the artist, Justin Mara Anderson, as it is. Because I don't think the art is bad. I'm just not a fan of the style for what it represents by comparison. MTG ASMR, I wouldn't have too big of a problem with Reclamation staying around, oddly. Those decks can be dealt with. I think the problem is there are things that are good against it that kind of get pushed to the wayside because people are having to concentrate with the Yorion decks and such. So, I don't know. I'd be willing to take that experiment, though. Labyrinth Raptor, also on a list, because I want to play a Menace deck, but I have not built a good list. Archipelago! Another one I'm not going to play, but the art's sweet. Yep, nothing else there. Opening up the next pack. And we still have this sitting over here. We're going to open this one last. I will sit this in view of the camera so we don't forget. We'll open that. That'll be the last thing we open. Boot Nipper into Yadaro. You know the weird thing about Yadaro is I feel like you almost have to play 4 or 0. Because playing like 1 or 2 Yadaro doesn't feel like it does much of anything. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it does. There's probably a list that just like wants to search up a Yadaro and just attack with an 8/8, and it's probably fine. But even then, I just made a mess off camera here, y'all. So I'm cleaning that up real quick. But even then, it's probably not totally what you want, you know? So it's a weird card. And I've gotten to 3 triggers on Yadaro, but I've never gotten the free from the 4th cycle either. Let's see what we got here. We go Ikoria Triumph, so we got a regular one and a special art one, so that's kind of cool. No other special cards in here. Nope, doesn't look like it. No other special cards. So the Ikoria Triumph. Oh, also, for those of you who don't know, MTG ASMR has a channel that is exactly that. It is MTG ASMR, mostly opening boosters and stuff, but you can check that out. Yeah, I got lucky. Other people said their box toppers were bad. Mine's actually very good. It was crispy, perfect, flat in my box. Oh, this is cool. This Vadrox is awesome. Let me see if the camera focus. There you go. Like, that's cool. That is a cool looking piece of art. So yeah, to have my mythic rare be the Vadrox, that is pretty cool. Super excited about that. And did we get anything else in here? Maybe. Nope, nothing else. Yeah, that's cool. Yes, there are tons of alternate arts. It looks like all of the mutate cards and the triomes all got alternate art. We opened up one of the triomes and the one mythic. The rest have been, I think, commons and one uncommon. Oh, cool. I'm actually probably going to play that a bit. I had that in a couple of Abzan lists and I really liked it. So you can check those out on my YouTube channel as well. They're from 2 weeks ago. All right. Getting down to the last row of packs. Should be 12 packs left here. Or 11 now, I guess. Dinosaur, Mountain. Card I don't need into a Zerta. I don't need a Zerta. I did need another Dire Tactics though, so that's nice. Alright. So we're getting there. Getting to the last bits. Though I'm pretty happy opening that Vadrox though. No complaints there. And that foil Karuga was also a cool pickup. Oh, and a Luca. Look at that. I guess the box was just waiting a little bit to drop the bombs on us. Cunning Nightbonder. And nope, that's it. Yeah, that Luca is a nice pickup, though. Not going to complain about that. All right. What do we got here? Oh, another Triome with the alternate art. That's awesome. I'll definitely take that. Oh, an Asterix. Cool. That was a nice double pickup in that pack. Those are two cool ones to scoop up. A Savai Triome and the Auspicious Asterix. Both very, very cool. So happy to have those. That is awesome. Oh, that's a cool one. I guess I'm not used to seeing the Planeswalkers in like serious action poses, but that's a cool Narset token. Lava Brink Venture, okay. Cool card. I will probably play that at some point. And nothing else in that pack. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Another one of those I will set aside. Skycat, okay, that's fair. Skycat's not the most exciting thing, but totally okay. Make sure that it's seen on camera there. I have to admit, I saw, just because the Kogla on the art here is reminding me, I actually saw a green deck list that was playing Kogla, so I may be wrong about that card. I have dodged playing it because it didn't feel efficient enough, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Genesis Ultimatum that I still haven't put into a deck because I've not played any Ultimatums yet. Our second Cloud Piercer. So that's the first one we got duplicates of the special art. We have so many human soldiers. So many. Ooh, Amari. Okay, I'll definitely will need an Amari at some point. So that's nice to have. And that's all there. Fire Prophecy, though, in that pack. Might need that in the future. Winota, cool. Oh, for a second I thought it was foil. I was like, that was about to be super exciting. But nope, it's just a regular Winota. No foil. Nope, nothing else there. This set too, one of the things I've been talking to people about is like this set could end up having increased value because people didn't open up a bunch of pre-release kits. Obviously, everybody's not going to be doing a bunch of drafting at their local stores. And assuming we get back to some sense of normalcy in the next, let's call it 6 months, 9 months, we're going to start playing Magic again. People are going to want to play with these cards. And there's not going to be a lot of them being opened because people will be opening Core Set. Then people will be opening again Battle for Zendikar. And then the whatever holiday set or whatever it is that has all the legends that are supposed to be coming, right? So few people are going to be opening Ikoria. This might have long-term value. Direwire says, I got a deck I want to see you play. It's obscure, but it looked fun. I will look over the list, and then I may just play against you with the list. Lordrake is foil. And Aluris. All right. Boom. That's a good 2-card pickup. That is it there? I say that's it. That was not bad, getting a foil Drakus and Aluris. Alright. Toss this. For Dranith. Okay. I do like Fight as one. I'm becoming a bigger fan of this card, y'all. It's good enough that I have considered just playing Gruul with just this card, like 3 or 4 copies, and like 2 copies of Unbreakable Formation. I think that's what you're going to see from me very soon. I had a version I played on YouTube with, also played Tajik, but mostly it was this and the Unbreakable Formation that were making the difference. So I'm gonna look into that, see what that does. And nothing else there. All right, we're getting down to the end. We have one. I don't want to bend any cards. 2 packs left. Death's Oasis. Boo! Though Bastion of Remembrance, very cool. Don't mind that. I would like a world where Grim... Like, think about this. Like, we're at a point in Magic right now where Grim Dancer should be a highly played card, right? It's a 3/3 for 3. Comes into play with 2 different counters, whether you want Menace, Death Touch, or Lifelink. And there aren't even any decks that, like, can efficiently play it. Ooh, Cavern Whisperer. That is a creepy looking card. Very cool. Haven't played this in a list yet, but that is some cool, creepy art. Alright, and our last regular booster pack is... Ooh, we got an alternate foil Lordrakus. Cool. Check that out. That is awesome. And an Ozolith right behind it. Though that is sweet. That is a fun last booster pack to open. I am excited. Oh, no, don't. No. Earthquake. All right. Oh, and a Glowstone Recluse. All right. That is a creepy looking spider, but also cool to open that one. That pack just kind of kept on giving. That's awesome. All right, so let's open this last little fancy box topper. It doesn't look like this has a tear strip anywhere. So I'm just going to be very careful and see about opening this from the top. Actually, you know what? I think I have scissors around. Let's do that. I can clearly feel where the card is, so no fear of me cutting a card, everybody. Let's do that. Tear this open. And don't want to see what it is just yet. I'm going to try not to look at it. I want to make sure I'm looking at the backside. Okay, cool. So we can do the slow reveal. Oh, I opened it upside down, apparently. All right. Guesses. What do we think this card is? Because I have no idea. Like, I'll give everybody a chance to guess before I flip it. Just to see what the fun is. I don't even know. Are these all... Yeah, these are all Godzilla cards, right? The 7-drop uncommon Godzilla. Okay. Because I have no clue. I'm in the same boat y'all are. The green one. Yeah, that one could be. Could be. All right. Let's turn it over. It's it's the baby Godzilla. The symbiote. All right, that's cool. It's unfortunate we only got an uncommon, but cool card nonetheless. It is useful if you're playing the mutate list, so I don't mind it. That was not a bad little haul, actually. We got several rares that I'll be using for sure, so I'm pretty excited about that. A couple of the alternate art triomes, which was cool, because I'm going to play those anyway. We got an Ozolith, a Luris, Winota, Umari. Actually, this set as a whole is just really good. I don't think you can miss too badly. Savai Trioma, Luca, a Mythos of Nithora, which is underplayed right now, but if Abzan decks start getting more attention, this card's actually very good. The Altered Vadrox, which is mythic. Yeah, there's just like a lot of stuff happening here. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, that's one that's flying in first strike. So yeah, it was funny. This box started out a little bit light, but finished very strong. So yeah, good pile of cards. Definitely not upset about that. Overall, that was a pretty good box. I can't complain too much. It was cool seeing all the new crazy comic style art. I think I liked all but one that I opened, so that was pretty cool. I got a couple of cool cards I needed. Got a couple of big foils, so overall, really neat. I will probably be opening another box pretty soon. But I want to ask that you please like this video so, you know, it can get in front of other people and they can see the cool stuff. And if you haven't, as always, I want to ask that you please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know anytime I have videos up, especially right now where I'm putting up content almost every day. And I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. So we're making great progress, but I need your help. So please smash